right, welcome back, man. We're gonna check out IGN, the best game of 2024. See what they say. See how they gonna rank these games of the year. So let's check and see what these boys gotta say about this, bro.
Good luck, Indy.
I like that. I like that edit.
In 2024, we saw games where soldiers dove headfirst into alien planets to defend Earth. Princess Zelda led her very own legend. A little robot overcame impossible odds to rescue PlayStation's greatest characters.
Yeah.
And a game of poker unlike anything else. There can be arguments for why any number of our best game of 2024 nominees could take home the crown. A stark contrast from last year, where Baldur's Gate 3 and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom were locked-in favorites. The breadth of games on display, from Black Myth: Wukong to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, means picking this year's winner was harder than usual. But ultimately, there was one clear winner. Here's IGN's best game of 2024.
Best game of 2024. The year almost over, guys. I can't believe
Before we get to the overall winner, let's look back at some of the other games from this year that deserve your recognition, starting with our honorable mentions. These nominees were much loved by IGN's editorial team, but didn't get as many votes as our winner and runners-up. That said, they deserve your attention nonetheless.
The Rise of the Golden Idol.
The mystery is afoot in the sequel to 2022's delightful point-and-click game, The Case of the Golden Idol. Set 200 years after the events of the first game, Rise of the Golden Idol returns with more devilishly clever puzzles where you solve various crimes that begin to combine into one grand mystery.
Go experience the world. Find your strength.
The Fashion Nikki series has always had its share of devotees.
Infinity
The
Nikki.
dress-up simulator was a pleasant, cozy way to pass the time, collecting different outfits and making your character as cute as they can be. But Infinity Nikki is a bold reinvention, combining all the elements fans loved, along with the amazing outfits they could create, and adding a vibrant Zelda-like open world to explore.
I know what you are. I know why I needed you.
There were doubts as to whether Bloober Team could faithfully remake one of the most beloved horror games of all time. Even
I'm pretty sure they could
admitted
have,
as
though.
much, citing the mixed reception some of their previous horror games have received. But the determination to do right by the source material paid off, as Silent Hill 2 delivers one of the scariest
There's
and
no reason
best
for you
gaming
to mess this
experiences of the
game
year.
up.
Faithful to
open book.
everything that made the original great while updating the rusty, aging bits beautifully, Silent Hill 2 embodies everything that's great about the original and then some.
I will fulfill my destiny and save the kingdom.
The Prince of Persia, one of gaming's forgotten greats, finally got a new game worthy of the Prince's title. This 2.5D Metroidvania delivers one of the most...
Prince of Persia might have been the only Ubisoft W that they got this year, bro. I'm telling you, this might have been the only W that they had. I know a lot of people like this game. I haven't played it because these are games that I probably would have played like on a Switch or something, bro. Like I'm not playing this on the console, but you know, this might be their only W compared to what Ubisoft had dropped this year. Yeah.
Most exhilarating revivals of any franchise in recent memory, and with its
It
tight
looks good,
controls, excellent action, and swashbuckling storytelling, this is the best Prince of Persia game since Sands of Time.
Black Myth Woo!
Black Myth Wukong captivated audiences ever since its first trailer was
they
revealed,
got Black Myth
but
in,
that was only a
honorable
part of
mentions.
the story. Yes, the boss fights are epic, and the combat is sublime, but this loving recreation of one of China's oldest, most beloved stories means millions of players can finally appreciate the legend of the Monkey Prince in a whole new way.
Listen, I say this, bro. Black Myth Wukong, it looks good for it to be Game Science's first game. They did a heck of a job, bro. They did an amazing job for their first ever game. They did a good, this their first game. They did good. Now it all depends on what they're going to build after this. They could do it. They could do a DLC, but the Black Myth, that part of it, like you can put Black Myth, Hercules, Black Myth, yada yada yada. Like it could like just give us stories, good game. Like y'all got the gameplay. Just find those good stories. Dig deep. Find those good stories, and we might got us a good IP on our hands, bro. But they did a good job. I mean, it wasn't optimized. Like my screen was tearing, bro. Like and I'm still trying to beat it. Hey, look, it ain't had no map. It's the little things, bro. It's the little things that will push you away from it. But that's why IGN got it there, because it's just a tiny little things. It's a good game, but not game of the year.
One of the earliest surprises of the year was Animal Well. On the
Animal
surface, it's another well-made homage to past 2D Metroidvania games. But the deeper you go, the more you realize Animal Well isn't all that it appears. While the core gameplay and platforming are excellent, you quickly discover there's a massive puzzle at the heart of it all.
Like, yeah,
so
these
take
games,
out your
bro, these
notebook
games
and get
went
ready to put your brain to
straight
work
under
to
the radar
uncover the
for me.
truth behind Animal Well.
I'm not playing that. Runner-ups.
Next up are the games that were oh so close to being crowned Game of the Year, but narrowly missed out to the overall winner.
Let's
If
see.
you haven't played these games already, you absolutely should.
Don't you want to know what this is all about?
You're damn right I do.
Machine
Indiana
Games
Jones
is
makes
back
sense.
with another Nazi-punching blockbuster.
But
And
Indiana
no,
Jones
this
just now,
isn't
not
a
so
new
long came out, though.
Wolfenstein game. Instead, the
This is their first game too. That's crazy too. That's their first game too. They did it. They did a good job. Indiana Jones looked good. I just don't have the Xbox to play it. Now, I can try to boot it up on my laptop, but I got to buy Xbox Game Pass. Come on with the ad, bruh. The boys gave me 2 back to back.
Swedish studio has endeavored to bring one of cinema's greatest heroes into the modern gaming age. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is essentially a truly great Indiana Jones movie brought to life.
Legend says that the Great Circle does have some power, something about its
That's
geometry.
it. It looks like a
The
movie,
deeper
bro.
force
I
that
want
connects
to see
these
if
sides.
if
And
anybody
by
made a
great,
video
we
of just all the
mean
cutscenes.
up there with the original trilogy, buoyed by Troy Baker's frankly insane portrayal of Harrison Ford's iconic archaeologist,
Patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Circulimani.
The Great Circle feels like a dream come true for anyone who grew up enraptured by movies like The Last Crusade and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indy was never a shoot-'em-up hero. Instead, he used his brains as well as his brawns to solve ancient riddles and punch out bad guys. And that's something Machine Games has wonderfully adapted here. Whether it's exploring the ancient catacombs of the Vatican or sneaking up on fascists and bonking them over the head, The Great Circle literally puts you in the dirt-caked shoes of Indiana Jones, and it turns out it's every bit as fun and exciting as we imagined.
Hey, I'm happy about that. I'm 100% happy about that. The Legend
Why
of
is
Zelda.
it called The Legend of Zelda if it stars Link? Is a question most have asked at one point in their life. Well, ask no more, as Echoes of Wisdom puts Zelda in charge of her own legend in this new top-down adventure game. Visually similar to the 2019 remake of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, Echoes of Wisdom is very much a true Zelda game, complete with the classic puzzles and dungeons the series is known for. It's clearly learned from more recent games in the series too, and even though Echoes of Wisdom is more of a classic Zelda experience, the free-form creativity of Breath of the Wild is present, thanks to the Echoes mechanic that lets Zelda conjure whatever item and enemy she encounters leading to all kinds of madcap solutions. Stuck on the other side of a ledge? Just stack a bunch of beds together to
Hey,
cross.
wait a minute. I just thought about that. Hey, did a woke culture say that Legend of Zelda was woke? Since y'all get to play with Zelda this time? I ain't think I heard that this year. That's a woman.
To yourself that you have the strength and
That's
the
all I'ma say.
courage to be free. Join the
Helldivers is
Are
was a
you
fun
doing
game.
your part in the war to save our galaxy?
I'm doing my part.
If not, jump into Helldivers 2 and start blasting away at alien and robot scum. Arrowhead Game Studios delivered one of the new live service games of the year with the
This was the
sequel
best they
to its
coulda did with-
isometric
yeah.
alien shooter.
It was the best they coulda
Reimagined
did.
as a squad-based third-person shooter, Helldivers 2 is both a satirical take on the military-industrial complex while also being an addictive blast thanks to its potent mix of high-powered weaponry, devastating orbital drop missiles, and a spirit of Earthian patriotism.
It's upon us. The reunion. When
Final
worlds
Fantasy
merge.
Final Fantasy is a good game, but it's just a long game.
After the prelude that was Final Fantasy VII Remake, we finally get to the heart of the adventure in the second in Square Enix's planned trilogy. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth encompasses some of the most important moments from the original, but more than that, stands on its own as a brilliant open-world RPG. What stands out almost
This is a good game,
immediately
bro.
is how much love Square Enix has for these characters.
Yeah.
It's clear Square Enix wants players to spend as much time as they can with
A long
Cloud,
time.
Aerith,
A long
Tifa,
time.
Barrett, and Red 13, providing plenty of side quests,
Plenty of
minigames,
side-
and
plenty.
expanding entire moments
Plenty.
so that
100
we can all
100
spend
hours.
just a little more time with the gang before they resume their mission in the fight against Sephiroth.
Yep, 100
It makes
hours.
these moments all the more valuable, too, given the ending to Rebirth and the approaching finale.
Listen, the only way I will finish Final Fantasy Rebirth, I got to have no internet, not being at the house. I got to be at somebody else's house, ain't able to do anything but play the Black Log. That's the only way I'm gonna finish that game. But I'm not going back to that, bro. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm not buying another Final Fantasy game ever. I'm leaving that franchise alone, bro. Cause no mini games in that game. The mini games could have been his own game. That's how many mini games that they had in the game. Crazy work. Tell you. Astrobot the same way. It's a platform. Yeah.
Astrobot's life began as a humble mascot for the Playroom tech demo. Anytime Sony had some new
Wait a
hardware
minute,
to
so
show
what's their
off,
game in a year?
whether
Now
it
that I
was the
think about these
PSVR
runner-ups.
headset or the PlayStation 5, Astrobot was there to guide players through the
That
ins
card
and
game
outs
better
of
not be
whatever
the
new
game of the
system
year,
Sony
bro.
wanted to show off.
That'd be
But with
crazy.
Astrobot, the adorable little mascot finally takes center stage. This colorful, vibrant 3D platformer isn't just a showcase for the PS5's powerful GPU and fast SSD, because between the unbridled level of creativity in each level
looks
and the
fun, man.
controller-stressing difficulty of some of the harder challenge runs, Astrobot is pure delight and wonderment. Every ability Astrobot plays around with, from inflating into a balloon or punching enemies with bungee fists, never fails to amuse even the most hardened gamer. We don't say this lightly, but PlayStation might have just found its answer to Nintendo's Mario.
To ancient elven gods, they were horrific tyrants.
Dragon Age Vanguard.
The worst is still coming.
After a brief interlude into the live service genre with games like Anthem, and a perhaps ill-advised attempt to rush out another Mass Effect game with Mass Effect Andromeda, BioWare has gone back to what it knows best. A good old-fashioned dungeon-crawling RPG full of delightful characters, witty dialogue, and the chance to create a character who looks and talks exactly the way you want them to.
A damn good-looking hero, if I do say so.
But while BioWare may have opted for a back-to-basics approach to storytelling, there is one area of major improvement: the combat. It's not unfair to say this is the best a BioWare game has ever played, from its sword and sorcery combat to even the way you traverse the myriad of dungeons and mystical locales. While we're only one game into the BioWare renaissance, all eyes are back on the storied studio.
Okay.
It's just a poker game with some roguelike mechanics, we remember saying to friends incredulously when they first told us they spent all night playing a little game called Balatro. How good could it be?
Balatro.
Turns out, after tens of thousands of poker hands and hundreds of hours spent playing, Balatro still has us wrapped around its fingers. A lot
There's
can
no
be
way.
said about Balatro's addictive qualities and how it has this magnetic ability to get you to play just one more round. The reason for Balatro's rapid ascendancy is how it took one of America's oldest games and refashioned it for one of gaming's most popular genres, the roguelike. The combination of classic poker rules and randomized joker and tarot cards that augment your combos and bump up your high score so you can get to the next round is pure gaming bliss. Balatro is built on creating seemingly endless moments of elation and devastation in equal measures. All you have to do is play your cards right. Literally.
This is another one too, bro. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Metaphor day winner. Okay, cool.
For years, Atlus's cult RPG series Persona went from being a cool underground RPG series from Japan to one of the biggest franchises in modern gaming. But with Metaphor ReFantazio, it's clear the developers behind Persona were seeking to push themselves to new heights. Trading in the modern-day Japanese high school setting for a pure fantasy world full of long-eared knights and bat-like ninjas, Atlus's Studio Zero has created an incredible and timely meditation on political strife and demagoguery.
One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
After the death of the king, the United Kingdom of Ukrainia, divided by racial prejudice among its citizens, begins the process of holding its very first popular election that kickstarts a grand cross-continental adventure. For anyone familiar with the Persona series, you'll find familiar hallmarks here. Players split their time crawling
Yeah, it
through
look like it's still
difficult
got the same
dungeons full
UI
of
as,
horrifying monsters
Persona.
while spending free moments building up relationships with various party members and inhabitants around the country. But while the Persona games spent these quiet moments reaffirming the virtues of youthful friendships, Metaphor uses these times to tackle headier questions. What defines a knight's duty? Or the responsibilities of those born into wealth? Can one ever heal from the pains of racism? And is religious tolerance a foolhardy endeavor? These aren't easy questions to address, but are asked plainly throughout Metaphor's 70-hour playtime.
70
While
hours?
Studio Zero refrains from giving clear-cut answers to these questions, it instead acknowledges the virtues of empathy, kindness, and strength in the face of overwhelming fear and hatred that can take root in an uncertain world where leaders promise salvation in exchange for unwavering loyalty. Wrap these philosophical musings in a stylish turn-based RPG that looks and feels stupendous, complete with beautiful character designs from artist Shigenori Soejima and music from Shoji Meguro, and you'll
look like an
quickly
anime,
understand why Metaphor ReFantazio is IGN's pick for best game of 2024.
Cool. I'm not mad at that pick. I mean, Metaphor looks like an amazing game. I mean, it's an anime, bro. Like, that what it pretty much is. But I don't know. I think I'm done buying games the rest of the year, bro. I did say, like, cause last year I did bought Baldur's Gate, cause I mean it clean sweep the Game Awards, so why not buy it? You had to buy it. Astrobot won this year. I'm not mad that Astrobot won, but do I want to play it? Not really. I mean, if y'all guys got any suggestions of what game I should actually play and buy, bro, put it down below. But I mean, I got Black Myth in the backlog. I got Final Fantasy VII in the backlog, and I just told y'all I ain't going back to that. I got matter of fact, they didn't even talk about. It's crazy. They left out. They left out Rise of the Road. And they left out They left out Dragon's Dogma, Suicide Squad. See, what? Skull and Snooze. They left out all the other games. Yo, hey, dang, the Concord, bro. Oh my God, bro. Hey, look. They down bad right now, but this year we did have a pretty decent game catalog this year. This year wasn't that bad when it came down to like how many games, the games that came out and what was good and what was bad. I mean, every year we're going to have bad games, but this year was still a good year. Then next year will look even better. So I mean, if y'all just let me know what else to get, but other than that, if not, then the next game that we'll be playing on the channel will be pretty much Assassin's Creed, because that's all I know that's coming out the earliest at the moment. I'm not sure, but Assassin's Creed is what coming out the earliest. But other than that, check out another one of my videos, and I will see y'all guys in the next one. Peace.